Hey everyone, welcome to today's stream. Hey Cass, how are you doing? I hope you're doing good. So today we have the semi-final. Actually, it's going to be the first game of the semi-final. So it is going to be best of three, as you see right at the top here. So we have Team Naulbook and Team Julian. So let's get to it. So I just heard they said their game was uh very interesting, so we will just get to it. And also, unfortunately, they had to replace Rosrello or Brandon for this game. Actually, I don't know why they didn't delay this game for a bit further. I mean, they could do it later that day or even day after. I don't know why they just force on it for that day. But anyway, they just completed it, and I mean they agreed to the switch for Brandon versus I mean they switched Kila for Brandon, so they just went for it. And also just to let you know that uh Brandon will play for the final match and it won't be Kila, so Kila was just a very quick replacement. And by right, they should have just wait for the original player rather than doing the switch, but uh, this is what they do, and they have agreed to that. Hey, Imperial Ragnar, thanks for finding you. Okay, and also let me adjust this. Actually, I wonder if this can work on 50 FPS and above. Let me see if this game is smooth enough. Okay. So let me just double check before I do anything else. Yeah, actually, it looks fine. It looks fine. Okay, so and high joke works, and they were only allowed to take lower tiers. Yeah. Actually, we are not there yet, so you can just discuss this stuff later when we are there. Don't spoil it yet. So we are not there at the second game or even the third game yet, so just be patient, guys. Don't spoil everything. Okay, so on this side we have Julian, Kila, and Jokeworks. As I've said, Kila replaced Brandon, and they are playing Dutch, Russia, and Sweden. I would say compared to this side, their civs are rather more or less the same, because Sweden is almost the lowest at tier 1, because after the nerf they got, so they are, I mean, I wouldn't really put them on tier 1, but still, I mean, Sweden is still Sweden. They have the Corlins with the range resistance and the mortars with the barrage ability, but still, I mean, Sweden against Ethiopia is just nothing. Ethiopia is just another level with those mortars, Javelin Rider, and those Neftenia. They have just an amazing units. Okay, so let's just move on to Team Naholbo. Okay, so on their team we have Mr. Sits on Ottoman, Sertun on Ethiopia, and Naholbuk on Portuguese. So actually I wonder what was their bans. I just know Floco said that I mean Julian said they banned French for both games, but I'm not too sure about the bans on the other team. Maybe Jokeworks or even Naholbuk. Can you tell me what was the ban for Team Naholbuk? I mean, if you guys remember. components of the teams change often, yeah. Okay. Who's Teal? Excellent. Yeah, you want to learn from Teal, Floco? I can introduce you to him. He is a really good player, you know. Maybe he can beat you. Killjoy, just to make sure this. See the messages when you apply a tournament, it's so annoying. When you have to wait 2 days. Oh well, yeah. Yeah, actually, if you can tell me the ban, that would be amazing. And also, if you guys see any lags during the stream, just let me know, because sometimes I might have to reduce the FPS of the game further so everything will be smooth, but based on what I can see, everything is smooth right now. So if by any chance my my stream is just slightly different, just let me know, because what I can see might be slightly different. Oh wait, I think we banned Inca. Oh, for this game we banned Inca. Alright. Wait, really? A challenger? Yeah. Yeah, I think Julian K can beat Floco 83. I think that's a challenge. I think that can be done. Okay, actually, let me just check the decks before we go any further. So, Sweden with Joquax, he has the... Okay, so he has the Sweden deck with mercenaries, but he doesn't have the Dominion card. Instead, he has the Fish Crate, the Swedish Fish Crate. I would say it's an amazing card, but once again, I would use the Dominion card. It suits me it suits me more rather than using the Fish card. But of course, I've said it many times, the Fish card is amazing, but I'm not sure actually if he sent the card early, but I don't think so, because he has 2 shipment and he hasn't sent anything. So if you plan to take this card, it's always the best. I mean, you can get the best value out of it if you send at least one shipment of this early at your first card, so it will just stack the food until the time that you will need the food to be gathered. And usually by the time you want to gather them, so each crate it will have around 8k food, so it's like 16k food that you can use. It's just amazing. And then for... Actually, let me just clear out Team Julian, then we move on to Team Naholbuk. Oh, but wait, I think Killa picked them game 2, so we win. Oh wait, was the... I didn't, was Sarah wait, actually, but then even if that is the case, well, okay, those are for game 2, but I will discuss about this stuff later when we move on to game 2, because I already checked the files up to some point, so make sure that the games are not crashed or the files are not interrupted or anything. So I've seen some issues on Mr. C's civilization pick as well, which was not followed by the rules, but anyway, we'll get to that later for the second game when we go. My sage is in bottom. Oh, you see a pirate? Oh, wait a second, actually Dutch is going for natives. Oh, this is a really I don't know how to say. I would say it's a ballsy move, taking Dutch into natives with their rather weak economy. Oh, actually, it's not taking the South Sea bubble card. That's really interesting, actually. So instead of the South Sea bubble, even though he's going for natives, he got the wood chopping card. So that's really interesting choice. I wonder how does this goes with the fact that he doesn't even have the South Sea bubble, but I mean obviously the wood will be lower and also he will boom lower, but I might be wrong. You will see. But anyway, he's going with Dutch and 8 Infinite Halberdier card, one of the best shipment with Dutch, so make sure to have that always. I don't many people agree on that about fish crate. Why? Yeah, we told them. Oh, okay. Well, if that is the case, then yeah, fine. And also let's just check who did I miss actually. Killa, yeah, so Killa with Russia, so he has the okay, so he has 7 infinite Jaegerchere card. That's really interesting. I mean the only person that I see he took this card was Fragan, and other than him I haven't seen any people take this card. So the one thing I say it's bad about Discord is 14 population for Discord. So when you send it, it's like 45-second shipment. So for 45 seconds, you won't have 40 population, and that's quite a lot. But I don't know, it might be useful because 7 Jaegerchere, it's quite expensive, and I mean at least they are tanky and they can do some stuff, especially for defending. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't actually used this card, but I've seen people use this card, so I would rather just ignore this card because it's too much population. And also he has the infinite neutral allies and the Russian explorer card, which I've said it many times. I don't use it often because with Russia I don't usually go for the heads up fights. And regarding serotonin, okay, actually let me just check his deck. So he has the trade card, most probably. Wait a second, actually, is he going for natives? I don't think he is planning to play natives because he doesn't have the card that boosts the native units, or at least I don't see it. It will boost their stats and also reduce their cost. Yeah, he doesn't have that, so actually in that case why would you even go for natives? Okay, so Ottoman is not natives obviously, and Portuguese is not native as well. Wait a second. Okay, so if you're planning to play natives with Ethiopia, make sure to take the card that will reduce their cost and also boost their stats. It's an age 1 card, so make sure to have that. Okay, just I'm just replying on message, just give me a time. Okay, so technical mistake can't even be auto. Yeah, that was the case. Yeah. Burg of Julian tournament. Okay, so yeah, regarding I was just explaining about this deck. So another thing that he's having in his deck and it's kind of useless is this card. This card is useless. The reason is because it will only apply until the time that you have these mines inside the map. After the mines are over, basically this card is completely useless. So instead of this, you would rather go for age 1 mining card, because that one also increase your mountain monasteries auto gather rate. When later you do the upgrade, it will which is this one. So when you have that card, it will also apply for this. So again, this card is useless. I've seen it in many people's deck with Ethiopia, so you wouldn't really want to go for that card. And other than that, this card is really useful. I found it really useful because you get a free unit and they don't cost any population. The least you can do with the lions is just you just tank the enemy shots with them. They're decent actually, they're not that useless. So it's just a free unit with each shipment, and also the ability that your Ross or your Explorer will give after you get this card. It's quite useful, and sometimes it actually comes handy and makes you win the battle just because of this card, because it will increase the attack speed of all nearby units, and it's just really amazing. Imagine if you're having like all javelin rider, and I think it also applies for artillery units. I haven't checked on that yet, but I'm pretty sure it applies for everything, because once you click on this ability, you will see the buff circle on all of your units. So I think it applies for everyone. And other than that, well, I think everything else is this. Wait a second. And also there's something else that I don't understand. Why people would take this card with Ethiopia. This card only gives movement speed for the ranged infantry. That's all. It doesn't even apply for all units or all infantry. So it's just for ranged infantry, and I would say it's just a waste of card slots. So you can, I'm pretty sure there are a bunch of good cards for Ethiopia that you can take, but this one is not one of them, at least. And also, of course, he has the chaos ability card. This card is actually annoying to play against it. I've played against this ability a couple of times. It's just annoying to have, because if I'm right, the ability is like global ability, so you can just apply it to anywhere inside the map, as long as you have the vision on the enemy units or even the treasures, the treasure guardian. So it applies to the global map, so you can just press on it anywhere inside the map. It's just really interesting card. And other than that, everything else is just pretty standard for Ethiopia. Wait a second. Actually, now that I see, it's not pretty standard. He's missing the javelin attack card. Wait, was it javelin attack card? I'm pretty sure the javelin with Ethiopia, they have two upgrade cards. So he only have one of them inside his deck. Well, there is two cards at least. So that is for that. And Mr. Sis, we have seen his deck before. Ban chaos. Yeah, actually chaos ability is pretty annoying. I mean, overall Ethiopia is pretty annoying, but anyway, they have, I mean, the other team decided to ban French, so French is not in this game, as you see. And also, I'm not sure if Mr. Sis saw the first stream. I mean, saw the other stream that I cast their game and mentioned about his some stuff about his deck. So obviously he has changed some stuff. So he took out the H2 outpost card, and instead he is using the artillery HP card. So obviously this card is a must for Ottoman. And also actually he took out the fourth card and used the Great Bombard card. This is really good. I'm really glad he made these changes. But regarding the two covered again, I think it's just his playstyle. He go for the big build elites and then just replace the villagers with the town centers. So I guess this is just what he's used to do. So I think he just can go with this strategy. And I think we covered everyone's deck. No, actually not Nahulbuk yet. So Nahulbuk, he has infinite coin crates. It's useful for Portuguese, but I would say in a long fight, infinite covering or infinite 10 musketeer is just more useful, because there will be some times inside the battle that you need the free unit rather than the free crate. So I'm just comparing this. So 300 infinite resource compared to 10 infinite musketeer is just has less value, because 10 infinite musketeer is 1000 cost overall, because each musketeer they cost 100 resource. So 10 of them is just 1000. So obviously you will benefit 7 extra resources out of that. And regarding the covering, I don't remember the cost exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's also better than this. But obviously this is not the bad card for Portuguese especially. And also he has the artillery hit point card. Having this card, it makes Portuguese more annoying, because basically you must 3-shot the covering, you must 3-shot the mortars. Regarding the covering, I'm not sure. I think that one is also 3-shot, but I might be wrong. And also he has the 15 2p allies. It's pretty good card. It's an amazing card actually. And actually I wonder why he hasn't sent the church card yet. Where is his economy? Well, he's still using, I mean, even though he's imperial, he still hasn't sent this card. Oh, now he sent it. Well, actually I think he just got imperial, or recently at least, because he doesn't have units, I mean villagers inside the mills and plantations, so I guess that was the case. So as you see on this map, there are tons of resources, I mean natural resources. You can use all of them, so you won't have any issue with the resources until you get imperial. And after that you will obviously use the mills and the plantations, so you won't have any issue. And actually I wonder why no one took this trade post up to now. Actually I don't know, maybe someone took it and I missed it and they just give it away. But anyway, on the other side, Julian has both of the trade posts, just like the other game. And by right, he should do the upgrade for the trade route. So, because when you do this, you will basically get the train will move faster than the wagon. So obviously, you will get the resource or the XP trickles much faster. So it's obviously a better choice to do the upgrade. Okay, so these torps, we have discussed about this as well. So all of them, they have 0.70 wood per second. And I'm actually quite happy about this, that Jokox actually listened to what I said the other day. He torped the inner trees rather than the trees at the corner, because when you torp these trees, then in that case, because as you see, at some point the trees will go out, and I mean the torps will just finish the trees. So when that happens, then these areas will be without trees. So later when you wall, your walls are just attached to the trees, so when the trees drop, that means the enemy will have open space to enter your base, because the torps have just chopped off the trees for the enemy basically. But this is a good move. Really glad Jokebox listened to the suggestion. No, actually this is a really interesting setup for the native side. So Killa put his fort wagon inside the natives. This is a really good control for the natives, but I mean obviously he could just put it here, a bit here, so he can control the side, but I think he just placed it there so he can send some unit to support. And okay, so Julian is going for the food booming with Dutch. So obviously, since you don't have this South Sea bubble, you don't need to trade. So obviously you go for the food booming. And also since you're planning to play with natives, doing the food booming is always good. And okay, let me check serotonin. So everyone is imperial already, so they're just setting up their economy. Actually, let me see if these are upgraded. I mean, at least the gather rates are upgraded. Okay, so this one is up. So 0.95. I don't think he has done all of the upgrades. Yeah, as you see, the upgrades are still going on. Actually, sometimes I even forget about the last upgrade with the Ethiopia or even Hausa, because they have so many upgrades inside these things for the fields. So that's why sometimes I even forget about that. And Mr. Cis is going for the wood trade, obviously. So he has everyone on food, so he can trade later for wood. Actually, with 105 villagers and also knowing that 5 of them are French villager, I think you can trade a bit earlier, so you won't overspend food for the wood. So, but still, I mean, it's not bad to have enough wood inside the bank, but sometimes it might cause some trouble. And anyway, actually let me see if everyone maxed their economy cards. So now Holbook has sent all of the cards. He has sent also infantry train time and also the advanced arsenal card. So that's all you need before you start the fight. So obviously he can send more cards because there's 15 minutes left and he has one trade post, so you can take more. And regarding Dutch, okay, so Dutch also has sent all of the necessary cards. So for now he hasn't sent any of the plantation cards. I wonder if he's going to keep it that way until the end, but what I think is he's planning to take all of these cards except the plantation upgrades basically before the fight, so he can have a really massive and strong army before the fight. And regarding Killa, well, Killa has one card, so I'm not sure if he has a trade post. No, he doesn't have. So if he had a trade post, the better choice was to take this card, so you can set up your walls faster. And this card is not that bad even pre-fight, because you can build your blockhouses and also your walls during the start fight faster, so it's just a good option to have. And actually I wonder why he has villagers on the hunt rather than having them on the meal. Wait a second, actually he doesn't have any meal. Even joke box. Oh, actually, that was so this is what I have to look for. So obviously meals are a better option, even though they work. The same thing that applies for the hunts. So you work for the hunts as well. So the gather rate is 1.34, but the gather rate on the meals is 1.71. So obviously it's a better option for the European saves to go for the meals rather than taking the hunts. And I don't know why Jofrox is still gathering the food from the hunt rather than having everyone on coin. He's on maxed villagers. Maybe he's trying to do an upgrade, or maybe he forget about these. Actually, never mind. He's sending them back. All right, all right. Okay, so we are back. I just had to check something at the background. And also, I forgot to mention about this. Big shout out to Ward 11 for donating the $30, the extra $30 for the treaty tournament. So as you see, the bar is completed. We have the $100 ready for the tournament. And actually, I wonder why Killa is just killing all the hunts. I think he just killed them so he won't be moving around further. But anyway, as I've said it, the meals are just a better option rather than using the hunts. I mean, of course, the hunts are better for Ethiopia and also the native saves. And also I wonder why actually why Naholbuk is using the hunts. That's the question. I think he never noticed these, or maybe he did, but obviously having the French villagers on hunt is not something that you want to do. I mean, you would rather just give all these hunts to Ethiopia and send these villagers on your plantations or meals or even on wood. You don't want to have the French villagers on hunt after the fight. Sorry, I mean during the boom, because obviously they'll do much better inside the meals. I think with Portuguese, I think the French villagers will have around 2.1 gather rate on the food, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not too sure as well. Oh, actually, Serotonin is having a chess field here. That's nice to watch. I like this base. Oh, this one is actually missing. This one should be on the gold as well, so it will be at this color, but overall this looks nice. It's nice to watch. Right, so actually Misters is just upgrade, just traded. Okay, so he has 74k wood, and I wonder if he has done some upgrades, but no, actually he has done the trade a bit earlier. It's not that late. He doesn't want to waste bisons, yeah, obviously. He's killing everything. And Killa is still on the bisons. Oh, actually he left these already. Did he send them on the hunts? Sorry, on the meals, or I don't know. So, but still, he has some units here. All right. I forgot to set my factories on coin. Oh, where are you? There you are. Well, they're on wood, so I'm not sure. How much wood do you have? Oh my god, you haven't trained these up to now? That's a bit late to train these, but still, I mean, it's not that late. You still have some time. But obviously taking the French villagers as soon as possible is always good. And
Hallo?
also
Ja,
you had
ich
like
kann.
one stock villager here.
Ja.
I don't think you have noticed that, but it is what it is. And also it is always
Hallo?
good to just build one meal so you can do the upgrades just in case if you need the meals. And actually Floco wasted so much space. You could just stick all these together and save so much space for your ally and for your base as well. I mean, obviously you're Dutch, you won't need much space, but still you could have your base more nice and more clear. Actually, did he max the houses? No, he has only 8 houses. So if by any chance he lose one of these houses, his population will drop to 190. Or is card that allows to create much native useless. You mean for Dutch? If you mean for Dutch, it's not that bad, but I would rather go for other cards with Dutch. Even if I'm planning to play natives, I would rather go for other cards. But obviously, it's not a bad card, especially when you have 2 natives inside the map, so it's not a bad choice to have. But again, you would rather go for other cards with Dutch. But for a civ like Inca, you always want to go for the extra native units because that card is just give you so much. Because well, also you have some another villager here stuck, and I think some other civs they also have that card that gives you extra native unit. I think Japanese also have that card, if I'm not mistaken. But that card for Japanese is not just extra unit, it's also native train time as well, if I'm not mistaken. So that card is a must anyway, if you plan to go native with Japanese. But for Dutch, again, that's not the best option. Actually, I don't know why Sheila made these walls. These are just useless. I mean, just have 2 or 3 layers of wall here, and then the rest of this space you just use for military building, rather than wasting so much stuff for wall. I mean, especially at this point, what is this? I think he just made it for the look of it, but I don't know. Actually, Julian doesn't have many military building, so I'm not sure if they scouted this area properly. Actually, they haven't checked everything, but if they checked here, they would knew that this is obviously a weak point. 1 barracks, 1 stable, and 1 artillery foundry, that's all. Nothing else. That's obviously a weak point. Actually, let me see how did they scout. So they have scouted these areas completely. That's good. They haven't scouted this area. And for Julian team, it's the same. So they haven't scouted anything yet. But still, there is 7 minutes left. So that's plenty of time to scout your enemy. How do you recognize the stock villagers? Well, as soon as you see them inside the building hitbox, as you see, this is the building hitbox, and you see one thing that you can do to find them is to select like drag box these villagers. Okay, let's just see, this is Jopak, so drag box them, click here, and if you see they don't move, like this, that means they are stuck. Or if you see them like inside the building, just like this one, that means they are stuck, so they won't do anything. So once in a, I mean, it's not like they're completely idle. Once in a while they just work, but as you see, most of the time they're idle, but it doesn't show as idle. So you have to just constantly just check your economy building for this stuff. I usually check it even for my teammates, and usually I ping it for them. But yeah, and also Floco has one as well here. I mean, this is really painful for Dutch, because you overpop with villagers, and if you want to destroy this building, that means you have to waste another 400 wood for the meal. But I guess that is the only case that works for Dutch. But for other civs, you would rather just kill that one villager and then replace it from town center. But for Dutch, what you want to do is just get rid of the building and rebuild it, or send your villagers to other buildings if they are not completely full. That is the better option. I normally do 7. Yeah, actually, if you do 7 villagers, this is less likely to happen, because this usually happen when you have, actually I think Dropbox found this and replaced it. So wait, was it this one or this one? I think it was this one. Never mind, it didn't. So usually when you put 7, this is less likely to happen. And sometimes actually when you put 10, you will have 2 villagers stuck inside the building. And this process will happen usually when you have a sudden spike during the game. So any lag can cause this, and usually this will happen when the villagers are moving and they bump into each other, and then they just move inside or just move outside. That is the main reason that this happens. So when the villagers move and they hit to each other, and then the game lags at the same time, this thing will happen. And that is what I've noticed until now, but I don't know if there is something else also causing this trouble. But yeah. Actually, up to now, still Julian hasn't said anything else here. Oh my god, this is disgusting. 4 mortars, 8 coverings. Oh my god, this is so disgusting to see. I already hate coverings, and imagine I have to play against 8 coverings. This is best of 3. Yeah, this is best of 3. What happened with Brandon? Well, Brandon was completely idle. He didn't reply to me, or he didn't also reply to Floco after the first match that they had. So after the first match, Brandon was just completely gone, and he actually replied me yesterday, and he said he was like completely busy. He was not even online. So that's why, I mean, that was one of the reasons they just made the replacement with Killa. And obviously, I mean, the plan was to take Tina rather than Killa, but they just wanted to get the match going. So I think that's why they didn't wait a bit longer. But I was just planning to get Tina to replace Brandon for that match, but it didn't happen because Tina, Kratos, and Jaegerchere's team, they got knocked out for being late inside the game. So since everyone inside their team, they agreed on the time of the match. I mean, everyone on their match. So Wustan, Orion, Frosty, and Bibo was on one team, and Kratos, Tina, and Jaegerchere were on the other side. And all 6 of them, they agreed on the time for the match, so that's why since one of them went missing when the match was about to start, actually he didn't reply for like up to few hours after the match, so that's why their team just got auto lose. So I mean I was really sad for that, because they didn't even get to play just because one player was late, but that is the rule. Do you guys know that you can build 5 mortar? Yeah, I think everyone knew. Hey H. Hey Harry, how are you doing? Big fan. I love you. I send some kisses to you as well. No joke box, this is best of 3. That means whoever gets 2 wins out of the 3 games, they are the winner. Actually I wonder why Zero has 1 mountain monastery here. It's not going to be that useful here, but it is what it is. Actually Zero made big trade. I mean, and actually I wonder why he doesn't use the livestock often, because I've seen him inside the streams as well. He doesn't trade the livestock that often. I don't know why. It's always good to trade the livestock at the full amount when they are. Killa is better than Tina. I don't know actually. Killa is more like an annoying player who doesn't want to surrender, so he just wastes time rather than playing it. But I mean the both sides, they agreed on the change, so it is what it is. Okay, so the fight is about to start. Okay, let's see. Actually well, Zero is just rather at the defensive position, and actually Zero, if later you will watch this, if you want to play at this position, build the mountain monasteries here, at least 2 of them here, so when they are getting destroyed or sieged down, we will have the other 2 at the back for backup, because they will boost your unit's HP, so it's not something useless. We asked Tino Dramostagi. Yeah, actually I asked all these players that Jokebox mentioned, and also I asked Jokebox himself to ask them individually. So yeah, that was the case for that time. Basically no one was available at that time. Actually, let me see who's taking the natives this side. Okay, so Killa took the natives on this side first, and on the other side, Holbook is taking the natives. Okay, so Mr. Sis is doing some big pressure on Jokebox. I don't know what his Jokebox is doing. He's probably painting the map as usual. He's just playing super defensive joke. I don't know why. I mean, with Sweden against Ottoman, you usually want to wreck them. You don't want to give them space, because the more space you give to Ottoman, then the more trouble you will have. Okay, so this is the ability that gives units attack speed. As you see, the attack speed is 1.35 after the ability, but originally they have 1.5 attack speed, and that is even lower on Neftenia. I think on Neftenia is like 2 rate of fire, if I'm not mistaken. Alright. Oh my god. Dutch with huge artillery is just super annoying to deal with. How many Covrans are these? 2 Covran and 2 more is in the queue. Actually, Floco get to send almost all of the cards. That is really good for Dutch, especially. Okay, so these villagers are sieging down like a beast. Obviously, they're going to die. Alright. Oh my god, 5 mortars. This is going to be annoying. If they manage to volley these skirms at the back, that would have been so much. But obviously they were not in range, and also he lost 1 mortar already. To one-shot one of these mortars, you need 3 covering shots at once. So if there is any delay on that, obviously the abuns can heal the mortars. And also you have to keep in mind the mortars, the Sebastopol mortars, they can just dodge covering shots easily if you are just quick with their movements, because they have 2.75 movement speed, so they can just dodge the artillery shots. Alright. Well, Jokox is rather playing super slow, but I don't know actually what Jokox is doing. I want to see his population. Does he have some army inside his base or something? No. I feel he should have more up at least. Or maybe he's training from here rather than training from here. Okay, now Jokox is doing some action, and also let's move on to this side. Okay, so Killa is just sending Cossacks and Strelet for now at least. And actually, Jokox, why on earth would you have the mining upgrade with Inca? I mean, you're obviously Sweden, you don't need the mining upgrade. Okay, again, the annoying Portuguese mortars are back. They're just sieging down those kisses. Make you steal the food. Oh my god. Good to know, Mickey. Okay, so well, everyone is having a good time except Serotonin with the economy. Well, actually it's not a hard time yet, but I don't know why it shows like super low score, because he still have decent amount of coin and decent amount of food, and also he has like 11k export, sorry, influence, not export. Wait a second, why he hasn't taken the natives? Wait, he never took the natives up to now? I wonder for how long this thing is going, because obviously this is not something that you want to miss. As you see, Julian is having more population because of the natives, while okay, now he's sending the explorer to build, and also never ever send Ormo warrior because they're just completely I don't say they're useless, but they're not pop effective. They're 3 pop unit, 300 resources. So imagine it's almost the same cost as a gendarme, but they're 3 pop, and their stats is not even that good, as you see. So you would rather just go for shuttle warrior, or even, I mean, you can just snipe these with also the javelin riders. So that's what you want to do, and I'm not sure why he's like super focused on this side. He's sending his units mostly on this side rather than splitting them over here. Okay, so this mountain monastery is going down as well, and it doesn't have any at the moment. He wants to buy gold just in case he ran out of the state. Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, I think obviously that was the case. Right. Yeah, so as I said, serotonin is missing one of the Javelin Rider upgrades. So if he had those, then the Javelin Rider stats would be higher, and also he's missing the Age 1 Native Warrior cost reduction card, and also that card applies for mercenaries and native units, and also I think it applies for something else as well, I don't remember. Outlaws as well, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So if you have that card, it will help you a lot, even with the jazz suits that you have inside your fort from the age up. And well, Zero seems dead already. Well, he's out of influence completely. Oh, actually he sold all of the livestock. Oh my god. Now now also he has like 2, 4, 8. Okay, that's like 7 cards here. 8, no, sorry, 9 cards, sorry. So he sent 9 cards at once. I think it was just too distracted blocking Cloco. Oh my god, he's just training so many mortars. I mean, these mortars are good, obviously, but not when your opponent have like 4 Cobran inside the battlefield while you have nothing. Okay. Oh my god, he didn't even get these upgrades because he doesn't have influence to do these upgrades. Oh my god. Actually, this decision that Ethiopia goes to Nats wasn't the best option. I gotta admit, this wasn't the best option here. I don't know why they did this, but I mean, Ethiopia is obviously having some trouble with their influence, because their gather rate on the influence is not that great. And of course you can do the trade, but still. But I don't know, well, these upgrades are not going down anyway. Okay, so that one is down. Oh my god, he used the chaos ability. Look at this. Look at this. They're just killing each other. Wait, what the hell? Did you see that? Like, after these killed each other, he got some, I mean, Julian got the XP for killing each other. I mean, killing his own unit. How does that apply? I mean, by right, you should have all the bonus for Ethiopia. I don't know, this ability is just completely broken. And also, he hasn't sent this card. Oh my god, this is one of the best cards for Ethiopia. I mean, 15% on Neftania's attack and HP is just too much. It all seems like they're dead. Oh yeah, everyone else is fine in terms of resources. Chile is rather dropping. Actually, I wonder if Sarah asked Nahobuk to help him inside natives or not, but I don't think so. I don't think he had any help, or even he asked for any help. which is really sad. Well, this seems like over. I don't know. These units train slower compared to Dutch units because obviously he doesn't have the native upgrade, and also now he has 2 native trade posts, so that means more native units are coming on. So he will have a big issue. Hey Copa, how you doing? Okay, well, this seems dead, obviously. Okay, so since this is a tournament, there is no mercy. If one go down, everyone go down. Everyone goes down. If one goes down, everyone goes down. That's what I meant. Can't even talk. Oh my god. What am I doing? Well. Oh, serotonin seems dead. Actually, I wonder if they fed him resources. What is this team play? I mean, just send him resources or something. And obviously, both Ottoman and Portuguese, they both have resources to maintain their own fight, but they should have just donate some more resources. And obviously, serotonin doesn't have any. Oh my god, all these armor warrior. Well, so now all book is out. And well, yeah, the game is out of sync, obviously, because they ran out. Okay, so that was the first game. So I'll just restart the game. This stream is focused on Floco. Well, Jokox, you were just holding that position against Ottoman. You were doing nothing that game with Sweden. I mean, you would rather see the... We didn't really try hard. I mean, it was a team game. You should have just helped. And also, I don't know why Sero just chose that deck rather than having a proper deck for Ethiopia. He was missing the Javelin Rider card, and also he was missing the native card that reduced their cost. I don't know actually why he was missing those. What is this thing when no one helped him? Well, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I'm just starting the game. My game started? Not yet. It's treaty game and they helped like 1v1. Oh, that, and they played like 1v1. Yeah, I can't claim. I understood it. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, everyone is confused at this point. And also, let me just score. Okay. Okay, so Team Julian is 1 and Team Naholbook is 0 for the best of 3 games. And now we move on to the second game. Did I change the screen? Yeah, I did. Okay. The plan was to smash Brandon or Jurkox fast enough. Well, okay, just let me say this because actually Brandon is not that bad. I mean, obviously he was having issues with his PC early on when the D was released because his PC couldn't handle the game, and he was always having the lags. But I think recently, at least after he changed his PC, he's just playing completely different. I mean, obviously better than before. And also Woodred or Naholberg, just to let you know, Floco told me their plan for your game that you were having for the first game with Brandon. So I'm not gonna expose it because maybe they want to use that plan for the final game. So I don't think you could survive that. I don't think you could survive that. So I don't know. Don't pretend you would have killed that quickly. Well, okay. Well, Floco told the plan already. So yeah, that was their plan. So I don't think you could. I mean, obviously, you maybe you would be able to hold the Haramotos, but I don't think that would make any difference. Or maybe they were planning to even send those Haramotos against against Ottoman, or even maybe they were planning to send the Haramotos in natives and crush Ethiopia even harder. So you would never know what was going to happen. Also, let me just get a drink, please. Just 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Thanks for waiting. That was a short waiting. Okay, so on the second game, we have Julian on India. That's what I asked him. I mean, I asked him to go for India for one of their games for the semi-final, and he actually did, which I'm really happy about it. And Jokox is on Russia, and Kila is on Inca. And on the other side, we have Serotonin on Haudenosaunee. And okay, let me just talk about this later. And Mr. is on Ottoman again, which was, I mean, they have discussed about this among themselves, but by right you cannot take two save, I mean one save 2 games in a row. That was part of the rule, but I think Julian and Team Julian and Team Naholberg, they agreed on this, so they just allowed the other team to play Ottoman both games. I mean, not the team, just the player himself. So anyway, we have Naholberg on Aztec, and I don't know actually why they have done this. I don't know, this is kind of look like a give up game, but obviously you could have done better, and maybe you could just pick a proper civ on this match, and then you could actually win this and then turn it to best of 3. I mean, move on to the third game, obviously. But I don't know, actually, this I don't understand about these civ choices. I mean, Haudenosaunee itself is like almost a tier 3 civ, just because of their economy. They're on tier 2. I mean, obviously they're not bad, but they require so much mechanics that you need to spend on the game and during the game. So firstly, you must apply the cow mechanics with Haudenosaunee, as you see. And secondly, you must know how to cycle community plaza properly. And at last, you must use artillery micro. So there is like 3 of the hardest mechanic inside the game in one save. So I don't know what was this civ of choice. And also same goes for Aztec. Obviously you could pick something better and win this game. Actually, I know it's kind of a spoiler for everyone, but obviously with Aztec and Haudenosaunee on one team, you cannot win a game. Anyway, so let's get to it. Actually, did I fix the FPS? I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. Okay, so let's read the chat before we get to the decks. Those saves, Jokox, why you act like you didn't know these saves? You can't win if you ignore your teammates. Like last game, well, that is clear. I knew we would probably lose anyway, but at least there was a chance to take a map or make it a little close. Huh? Why? Again, this outcome was closer one. Oh really? The team's safe choice is not was just not good. Well, yeah, there is a big skill gap in team. You should make start and play running, just annoying them in one-on-ones. Well, yeah, I mean that was obvious, but let's see about this game. I mean, basically what I heard was this game was a bit more interesting compared to last game, so we will see. So obviously Haudenosaunee is going for the call booming, and also he's going for natives. So he has the Cherokee ally and also the Infinite Horn ally, so both of these cards are amazing. And also the 1500 crates are an amazing card for Haudenosaunee. So with this card you will get 500 food, 500 coin and 500 wood. So it's something that you will need, especially with Haudenosaunee, because when you're after you trade, basically your coin will drop and you will need the coin from these crates. And also he doesn't have the coin upgrade from age 1, and if you don't know, that is the only upgrade that Haudenosaunee has for the coin upgrades. But I mean, obviously if you plan to go natives, you won't use many coin units compared to the time if you play outside native. And obviously Haudenosaunee outside natives are just completely weak, because your coin will drop super fast, and then after your coin drops, then you will have issues. Not sure about interesting. Okay, I mean, Joe Cox said, but you know, you cannot trust Joe Cox's word. But yeah, let's see actually if he made any changes for the Ottoman deck. Well, everything is just the same, nothing is changed. And regarding Aztec deck, actually Woodred or Naholbuk, this card is not useful anymore because your teammates cannot overpop with this card for the villagers, because now all of the villagers will respect the build limit. So the French villagers, the native villagers and the European villagers, they all count toward the villagers build limit, and it's the same for African villagers. So this card is not useful anymore, so you would just skip this and take this, so your warrior priest will train faster. That was something I wanted to mention. But other than that, he has all the cards. I don't think he's missing anything. And also I think after they have put this card for Aztec, I don't think you really need the third wood chopping card. I think just the 2 wood chopping card is just enough for Aztec now. You can just take something else, maybe like the stonemason card, so you can build faster, or like anything else that I can mention. Yeah, I have to take a look at my Aztec deck because I don't remember what other card that I use compared to yours, but yeah. Let's not spoil. Okay. Oh, you found that, yeah. So many TWC, what is that? What is that, Pasha? What do you mean by that? Okay, so Julian on India, so okay, actually he's going for natives. This is really interesting for this map, especially because with the crease you will have this upgrade. Or is it this one? So all of the native warriors, they train faster by 45%. So that will help India quite a lot for this map to play with natives. And also since you have this upgrade with natives, with the overall unit train time, so that would make, I think, by right, India's native unit should be instant as well inside this map. Because this card as well also reduce the build time. Where is it? Oh, actually, India doesn't have that card. So it's just the build limit and the cost and the hit point and speed. Okay, good to know. I think that card is only for Japanese then. Oh, Japanese and Chinese actually. Yeah, only Japanese and Chinese have that card. But I'm pretty sure with India, these natives will train much faster compared to Andes, but we will see later. So obviously your first age up with India is Karni Mata, and the second is Tower of Victory, and the third should be Taj Mahal, and the final should be the I forgot the name. What was the name? Something gate. I forgot the exact name, but we will see that later. And regarding Jokwak's deck, so he has the same deck as the other game. So he has 3 infinite coin crates and the Explorer card for Russia, and also the Nutka allies. And in addition, he has the extra fourth card, so it will help him to turtle a bit more. And also this will help you to split inside the map easier, because you can just build with your musketeers. Skip the booming. Yeah, actually I was planning to do that. Actually I'm scared if I put on triple speed the game will break down, so we will go with the double speed, because actually the triple speed once it crashed the game for me, so I don't want that to happen. So regarding Kila's deck, he has the Infinite Mapuche ally, Infinite 2P ally, and also he has the Imperial Unity card. I've used this card before, and actually I have it in I think in 2 of my decks with Inca, but I don't use it anymore because I found that using other cards is just better. But it's obviously not a bad card, because it will reduce the cost of these infinite units and also these support units, and in addition you will get all of these support cards faster, and it's like I think 15 seconds faster, so it's not something that you want to ignore. Bear was replaced by Killer. Wait, what? Bear? Yeah, I cannot skip. I mean, this at the top it doesn't work. Even if you click on it, nothing will happen. So you just have to wait for the boom to go on, and that will be it. And also I forgot to mention, he has the Bolas upgrade card as well. I personally don't use the Bolas unless I'm against Spain or even French. So against only I use them, actually Japanese as well, but in other cases I don't use the Bolas one. And well, I'm just skipping the booming part, so I will stop I will just go to normal speed once we are at 35 minutes, so we can see how the base setup, how did they scout, and all this stuff. So most probably I think Jokrox will trade with Julian as well. Actually no, I wonder why he didn't trade with Julian, but that was the better option. And also Hila is still using the mines. Hila is just a big fan of the natural resources. Really interesting to see. Yeah, I'm just I did the fast forward, and I've already explained. If I put on this, it might crash the game, so that's why I'm not using it for now, because I don't want to just go from the beginning and then start back. So just bear with me when it's going quite fast. And well, meanwhile, you can check the name of this. So Charminar Gate, so that was the name. So you can train Mansubdar units, which boost your original units with India, just in case if you didn't know. And then actually Kila gathered so much gold. I mean, it's not bad for him, but his trade will be lower compared to original trades. And also, I don't know why Jokox is still having villagers on hunt like the game before. I don't know why is that, but this is not good. Actually, Kila should use this, because as you see, the gather rate is 1.72 and the gather rate on the farm is 1.2. And also, let me check Aztec. Well, yeah, I mean, Naholduk is also using hunting animals as well, because obviously it's a good choice. And wait, actually I wonder why he didn't trade with Haudenosaunee, because always it is good for Aztec to trade, to go for the fair trade, because the gather rate on food is just much higher. Actually, does he have all the cards? Yeah. So as you see, the gather rate on food is 1.58, while the gather rate on coin is 1.2. I mean, obviously the gather rate on coin is not that bad, but using the farms and then go for the big trade is just much better. Alright, so actually maybe he was just using the coin gather rate so he can send all of these support shipments, because each of these shipments, it will boost your unit stats. As you see, they all do some special upgrades for your units, so it is always good to have them. Want some backup in my base. Well, food trade, this is what Jokox asked them, so you can see he was just asking for help. And also, Jokox, why on earth are you chopping the wood while you made the wall on that section? This is just completely wrong, so make sure to not do that. Alright, so well, we are almost approaching to the fighting. Oh, actually Floco made some backup here, that is good. So let's see if they actually scout each other properly or not. So for now, the Team Julian hasn't done the scouting properly, while the other team, they have done the scouting. As you see, they know these areas are walled heavily. Actually, let me just double check here. Okay, so Julian is just making the walls again here. Wait a second, did he just select all the villagers and then send them to the side? I think that was the case, because I see all of them were moving suddenly, so I think that was the case. Haudenosaunee is tier 2. Yeah, it is tier 2 because of their economy, and actually their units are good as well, but that is just the case up to the point where you have coin. After your coin drops, then you will have some big trouble. I mean, with Haudenosaunee, the manlets are amazing. The original manlets that they can train themselves, and then their skirmisher is really amazing. Actually, what was the name of the skirmisher? Forget. Uh, Forest Crawler, yeah, that was the name. And then obviously the light cannons are just amazing as well, but again, they're not the best pick for among the tier 2 civs. Okay, so I guess up to the second, I mean, when it's just 2 minutes to the fight, I'll just slow it down so we can check everything. But obviously they have just scouted these areas, they haven't scouted the whole base. And the other team, they have scouted these areas, so they know what is going on here. Actually, this is a heavy base. This base is just super safe, and I wonder if he will have these units all the time or he will notice them. Actually, let me check. Oh, he has 4 military here stuck and 2 villagers idle. Actually, building the walls just like this is not that effective as because later I'm not sure if we will see some siege happening to this area or not. But if any siege applies to this wall section, these two will go down as well, because these are intersecting with each other. Same goes for this one, so even a small intersection will make the wall to just splash the damage to the other one. So usually what you want to do is just to have some space just like this. So when you're sieging down this one, it doesn't, I mean, the siege won't apply to this one as well. Oh my god, look at these Jaguar Knights. Love this. So he has 10 warrior priests, obviously, and kill that first, then me. Okay. And of course, I think Kilo went for the. Did he actually overpop? No, he didn't. Well, I wonder if he overpopped with Inca, because the Kalankas are bugged at the moment. So if you send units to overpop with them, the units will be bugged. I mean, you still get the overpop, but after those units die, you will have some trouble. Oh my god, look at these siege elephants. Look at these rams and siege elephants on each side. This is really interesting. How many rams? Oh my god, 31 rams? Okay. Oh my god, 38 rams here. Oh my god. And we have some Jaguar Knights here as well. This is just pure siege. Okay, so obviously these units will go down, but alright. Okay, this fight is actually a bit interesting because everyone is using siege units. Okay, so Arrow Knights, Jaguars, and where did the Rams go? Well, all these Rams are dead, obviously. There's no way that you can just get away from the gendarmes with the Rams. So those are dead. And then Inca against Ottoman is just a dead matchup for Ottoman, unless it's in natives. But even though, I think even in natives you still can beat Ottoman. Okay. Actually, Aztec against Russia is a good matchup because Russia doesn't really have a good skirmisher to kill your Jaguars. So what you do with Aztec against Russia is just go with Jaguar and Arrow Knights, and also the Eager Runners, obviously. So you can, I mean, that should be more than enough to melt all of Russian units. And I don't get this, why Jukebox made 4 rings while he was against Ottoman. Sorry, against Aztec. Okay, I don't know, maybe he didn't know he was against Aztec, but maybe that was the case. Alright. Okay. Well, Inca is sending some help towards this side. And... oh, actually Ottoman is running in. That is good. That is really, really good. Oh my god, actually he made a massive base here. What is Killa doing? Why Killa is just AFK? Look at all these units idle. Oh, now he's just moving them. Okay, and on the other side... oh my god, did actually Sura even get to use the natives? Well, Floco has almost all of the cards that he needs. And Sura is trying to siege down this building. And actually Floco didn't even do these upgrades. Oh, actually he hasn't even taken the natives. Okay, so Jokox has the natives, and I'm pretty sure Floco was screaming at him for the natives, so he can just pass out the natives faster. But I don't know why I think asked for... oh, okay, yeah. You were just so confused about Aztec units. That's why you asked that yesterday. Okay. Well, Naholbuk is not using the mortars at all. I don't know why. I mean, he's just going for Arrow Knights and the Jaguars. I think if he had like the mortars, he could just siege down much faster. But obviously the mortars will take more population, so you would have to use more population. I mean, less population here. But I don't know, these are like... so these are 13 Arrow Knights, so that would be like 3 mortar. Or even 4 mortar if I'm not mistaken. He said you're... no, he... you're a bit slow there. Oh, that is good to know. Actually, what were you doing, Jokox, all this time? I mean, I don't get it. Why are you doing this coin upgrade with Inca settlement? Did you read the upgrade that this one gives? This one is just for coin. For this one, that one was just for mining. So you're not doing any type of mining with what is it, with Russia, so that's why you don't really need the mining. What was that message actually? Well, Naholbuk is doing some big stuff here. Well, actually Zero is just sending some help here. So maybe they were planning to go all in on this side. But I mean, they're just losing the other side heavily, the Nat side especially. And you don't really want to lose your Nat side, but let's see. No, I figured out. Oh, okay. That was the case. Alright. Well, I mean, everything is going down here. I don't think they can do anything about this point. But I don't know, Zero made one war hut at that point. And also, why on earth no one has this native? Wait a second. Okay, serotonin. Wait, why he doesn't have this native? And also, he's missing one villager inside the community plaza. I don't know if he replaced the community plaza or something, but He's missing one villager. And he doesn't have anything to build units from at this point, so he's in a big trouble. Well, he's just going for the base trade, but that's not the good option. As you see, he's just sending all the villagers to spam wall. Sarah is not playing. Sarah is just making walls. And he's just trying to go here and finish this side, but I mean, it's good to see that we have some time going on for this fight. So that means the fight is not over yet. So I don't know what is going on next. Oh my god, all these siege units are going to this side. Alright, so Jokers remade the fort. I heard some ram action. I don't know where they were, but pretty sure I heard them. Okay, how many walls did Floco break? So 4 layers here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that would be 10 layers of wall. I don't remember if there were some walls here, but I don't know. Actually, is this the buff from the Mansabler unit, or is just the buff from the Explorer? No, it's just from the Explorer. So in case if you don't know, the Indian Explorer will buff your elephant's movement speed. So that is something you should know. Okay, so Naobook is sending some help here on this side. Oh, actually they managed to wipe out the native, I mean the Cree settlements on this side, but why are these units, I mean all of these units, why are they just staying back? They should have been there a lot earlier. Well, I don't think Floco can use ceasefire unless he destroyed this town center. Then he can just do ceasefire and then spam building inside their base. But let's see if he do that. Playing with 120 pop, yeah. I mean, he had no military building, so he was just trying to build here. Where is it? Here, as you see. He actually made rebuild the longhouses there. Well, actually Ottoman is also doing some trouble here. Actually, how much would the Mr. Sis have? 20k. So with 20k you would rather just petard these walls and then enter the base faster. That is the better option. Okay, so initial town center is down, so by right Floco can build anything here at this point. Let me see. Why can't I find any? What the hell? Okay, so this is it. I was looking for C4. So as you see here, now he can actually build some stuff up to this point. I need health cards. Wait a second. Did you also see the light cannons vanishing at that point? Is this due to the vision or something? I don't know, let me see actually. I'm pretty sure I saw some of the light cannons, they were just vanishing. I don't know. I mean, all of them are there now, but they were not there. Okay, so the horse artilleries are down. It was a troll game if you... Yeah, I mean, obviously. It's just super clear. But still, I mean, I don't think you didn't had any chance on this game. I don't really understand why you didn't even try. Because I'm pretty sure with this safe composition, you had a pretty good chance if you pick a proper save and play it properly even. I mean, Inca obviously doesn't have the Kalanko anymore, so they're weaker at the start fight. And Russia is just not that good, and India is just India. Oh my god, the lag is just massive. Why the game is like super laggy? What is this lag? I wonder if they were also having this lag during the game. I think it's just because of the units. Man, I hate this combo. Which combo is it? Well, Auto is winning and Russia is weak, so... I mean, yeah, that's... I mean, I don't know why they went on the YOLO mode. So they just went for a troll game rather than having a proper game. Obviously they had a chance. It's not like they had no chance. Well, Misters is out of resources, but Serotonin and Naholbut, they still have resources, even though they have lost a lot of villagers. And you see, still have 75k food. That's quite a lot. But anyway, their base is just under the control of Indian units. And actually this lag is just super crazy. Of course there was no chance. Well, I don't know. If I was in this situation, I wouldn't have done this, obviously. But I mean, at least you had this fun with these units. Wrecking Jokwaks. Actually, Ottoman is doing a pretty decent job though at this point. I don't know what Kila is doing actually. Kila has a bunch of units, but most of them are rather useless at this point of the fight. Okay. Well, Floko is still sieging down the base. Oh my god, this lag is just super annoying. Well, I mean, obviously that was clear what was going to happen. So they lost the game. So Team Julian moves on to the final match of the tournament. So, and we are just waiting for the other two teams to do their semi-final games. So I just insist on them to fasten the process and also get it done. And just to let you know, I will have a surprise for the final game casting. So that was something I just wanted to highlight for you guys. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the casting, and I hope you guys had fun. Did this reply stop earlier than the actual match? I think it did. I think it did. But eventually, as I've heard, the match got OS already at the end, but my recorded file was OS earlier. It's when Mr. lost his last unit. Oh, okay. So basically, when you lose the last unit, that's the resign option for you. But anyway, I mean, the outcome was pretty clear, but the chaos was fun, obviously. So I hope you guys had fun and enjoyed the match. And stay tuned for the other castings, which I think the next casting will be on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, or even on Monday. And then also, depending on that, the final match also will be casted on Monday as well. So I hope you guys had fun. Look, pressed my resign button. Yeah, I mean, obviously that was the case. Say, I think you could remove me. I mean, yeah, obviously. I don't think Nullbook really need that help from Zero. I think, as I've said, Aztec will win Russia easily. So I don't think that was that hard for him to win that point of the fight. But yeah. Anyway, GG. I hope you guys had fun, and see you guys until